This is Peggy Hall, and I am streaming. Today is Monday. It's August 21st, 2023. Here we are. And I wanted to just give you let me change the title of my video here as it's showing up, because what I wanted to call it was Burn Back Better. So let me type this in, and anybody that is seeing the live stream going will get a better idea of what I'm talking about. All right, friends, so great to be with you. Peggy Hall from thehealthyamerican.org. We are talking about the evil doers, D-E-W-E-R, those that want to burn back better, yes, so that they can inflict their UN Agenda 2030 of their smart cities, their 15-minute cities, the smart grid, the zero emissions, the sustainability, the resiliency, all of that hogwash that they want to slosh all over us. Let me do this. I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to hop right on over to my Instagram page. And a big welcome to all of the new subscribers here. I would love for you to subscribe to this account as well, The Healthy American Peggy Hall, over at Instagram, because this is where I create these infographics or memes, if you will, to catch people's attention. And we're going to be focusing on this one today. Burn back better. Build back better is an expression that has been repeated by basically every hardcore leftist, from Trudeau here in Canada to Josh Green New Deal to Inslee, who is the governor of Washington, of course, the governor, as I call him, Newsome, some of you have as a nickname, in California, and also A to Z in terms of Europeans, those that are in our federal government, senators and so forth, that are the hardcore leftists. And build back better is what they started saying after all of the cooties nonsense, when everything was shut down and the companies got their hush money and their blood money to inflict the poison dart upon people so they would have to become human pincushions. Anyhow, he was the one that started out with this build back better. And he said it again and again and again for the great reject, as I call it. They want to basically reset our entire way of life with artificial intelligence, which is not intelligent. Only human beings can have intelligence. And apparently none of these that I'm showing you here have much of it, because they are all going along with the burn back better. So you destroy it and you can recreate it in the way that you want to, with limited movement, probably limited income. They're building all of those rabbit hutches, the pack 'em and stack 'ems, and limiting people's ability to travel. That's what they want. So here, I just want to read you my description, because what do all of these evil doers have in common? They have all declared climate emergencies due to the devastating disasters inflicted upon their unsuspecting populations. Make no mistake about it, these WEFers are all hardcore socialists, and they do not care about the climate or the environment. What they care about is pushing the UN Agenda 2030 sustainability development goals so that they can obliterate our way of life and burn back better. Oh, excuse me, I mean build back better. Yes, they have all said that their dystopian dream, well, I'm calling it that, but they all dream of their 15-minute smart cities where the population is moved from the suburbs and rural areas and herded into their stack 'em and pack 'em rabbit hutches for easier control and oppression and tyranny. So take a look for yourself. We've got Josh Green New Deal in Hawaii. He declared a housing emergency 1 week before these fires were inflicted upon the unsuspecting population, meaning he suspended all laws related to housing, the ancestral lands, water usage. I'm going to be doing more of a deep dive for you on that, but just know that he had this in the works. All right. This, I don't even know what to call this creature. I don't even know if I can say that word on this channel here, but Canada has fires that are just burning out of control. And what truly troubles me about all of these serpents is that none of them look at all distraught or disturbed. Although this guy, Josh Green New Deal, obviously has been taking acting lessons, because on the video I just did for you with the live press concert, as I call it, because they're all performing, the press concert with the occupier of the White House, he tried to eke out a couple of tears, and he said that he was very emotional. He kind of cried on the shoulder of the president. It was so like creepy. All right, here we go. California, of course, between fires and floods and fake hurricanes, who knows what's next? I do have a funny meme that I'm going to post to Instagram tomorrow, so make sure that you don't miss it, about rebuilding after Hurricane Hillary. All right. And then Seattle. I'm going to focus on this guy right here on this broadcast. So there he is, Inslee. Now, the other thing I will say, these 4 serpents are all in the areas that were the most shut down during the cooties. Intentionally so, because that is part of their dream as well, as to control people. They didn't care about your health. They didn't care about your well-being. They cared about breaking you down psychologically so that they could have more control over those that live in fear. So each one of these guys, I think, is trying to race to be the first to achieve their 15-minute dream dystopian city by burning down, flooding out, and generally decimating and accelerating this decimation and demise of what used to be vibrant cities. Okay, beautiful countryside. I've been to Hawaii many times. I've been to Canada many years ago. Washington, probably as a child on a vacation. And of course, California was always and still is one of the most beautiful places on God's green earth. And that's why I believe they want to destroy these beautiful areas. They can't stand beauty. They can't stand God's creation. And they want to decimate it and destroy it and build it back into their dystopian vision of control. So I'm exposing, I've exposed green and of course, Newscomb I've done over the many years. And today we're going to be looking at Inslee. So my goal for you is to be informed and empowered so that you don't feel like you had the wool pulled over your eyes. All right. Nobody likes to feel like they're being taken advantage of, or that they were gullible and they didn't know what was going on. So that's part of the reason that I bring this to you. I also want you to be aware so that you can inform others. And I'm telling you, friends, the fact that we are rattling their cages, that we are exposing the evil, remember, evil thrives in darkness. The more that we can expose these public serpents and their evil deeds, the more that they start scurrying and backpedaling. And Josh Green New Deal already has done that. He said very clearly, at least twice, 3 times, I think it was, that he wanted to build back better, that he wanted to rebuild Lahaina in its own image. That's really weird to me. And that he also wanted the state to take control of the land. And he is still pushing this idea that he does not want to have any real estate transactions going on in Hawaii, or at least on Maui. That's illegal. There are plenty of properties that have been listed for sale on Maui and in Lahaina far before this disaster was inflicted upon the unsuspecting population. And he wants to tell people that they don't have a right to sell their own property. He says they don't want to be taken advantage of. Well, how are you going to define that? You mean you don't want them to sell their property so that they have to sell it to the state at a less amount of money that they might have gotten from one of these other offers? I don't care for that at all. You have to read between the lies, my friends. They will present something as though it benefits you. And then of course it doesn't. There's nothing that the government does that actually benefits you. All right. So he already started backpedaling. After he said all of that, now he very clearly is saying, let me be clear. The land is for the people of Lahaina and they will determine what's done with it, because you and I and others exposed this evil. We shared on social media. We left comments on the governor's Facebook page and others. And trust me, they are watching these videos. They talked about social media influencers. So we are having an effect. Do not let up. Share, comment, subscribe, of course, but mainly let others know about this and get your comments out there. So let's keep at it. Now, let me do this. I'm going to show you about this Inslee. And before I do, let me take you right on over and show you where the disaster is happening in Washington. Let me know if you are in Washington. This is Washington State. My heart goes out to all of those that are suffering at the hands of these evildoers. So here's Spokane. Now, how interesting that Spokane is one of the 15-minute cities and has its own sustainability council and committees and all of that. And here's the gray fire, and it's burning all around here. I will play this short clip of the fire captain, or maybe it's the fire chief, saying that he's never seen anything like it. Of course, that's what they always say, because how could they? It's not natural.
The devastation that happened inside some of those areas, I've never seen anything like it in my entire life.
Fire season in full swing out west.
He said, I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. All right. I'm not even sharing my screen. So let me try that again. I'll share my screen. We'll go over here. And here we go, friends. This is, I'll leave the link for you if you'd like to watch this broadcast. But here they are asking him about his impression of what's going on.
That happened inside some of
0% contained.
The devastation that.
Oh, I'm sorry, friends. I do want to show you this graphic because I also think it's so interesting. I'm going to be doing a video by the numbers. I'm going to show you all the different numbers that they are giving us here. So, okay, 3,000 acres, 3 fires, 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 3 is 11. I know I can make the numbers mean anything I want, but it is something that I do look at. It doesn't always add up, but sometimes it does. And again, they communicate via signs and symbols, including their numbers. It's just their calling card. Let's listen to this.
The devastation that happened inside some of those areas, I've never seen anything like it in my entire life.
I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. All right, what I want to do next is queue up this other, Governor Inslee visited Lakeland Village in Medical Lake on Sunday, which is just yesterday, to meet with residents evacuated from the areas of the Gray and Oregon fires. We are going to listen to what Inslee has to say about this horrible disaster going on in his state. Ah, how come there's no sound? Okay, we're going to do it a different way. I'm just going to play the audio, but luckily I copied down exactly what he said, and I'm going to read that to you, and I will leave you a link so you can listen to it as well. He said, there is a beast at the door. He said, the beast of climate change. We need to defend our communities by reducing carbon pollution in our state. We need to decarbonize our economy. That's what Governor Inslee said. I'm sorry that I couldn't get you the exact clip. I will leave you a link below, and I don't want to waste time trying to find that for you right now, but that is exactly what he said. There is a beast at the door. Now, for those of you that are familiar with the book of Revelations in the Bible, there is the beast. The beast is it's Satan. It's the enemy. It's the enemy of good. It's the enemy of God. It is what wants to separate our souls from God and take all of those that aren't following God, to evil. And that's the beast. And the mark of the beast is 666. And the Bible says that everyone is going to have the mark of the beast in order to buy or sell. I just think it's very, very interesting, regardless of whether you read the Bible or a person of faith. The reason I'm mentioning this is because of Governor Inslee's use of the word beast. And I know that that is intentional, because that is what many people believe, that the mark of the beast is upon us. If not through the cocktail, it would be through some kind of embedded implant in the body or something else that we are moving toward. So I thought it was very, very interesting that he used that word beast. There is a beast at the door, the beast of climate change. That is what you're going to hear again and again. He went on to say, we need to defend our communities by reducing carbon pollution in our state. How is carbon a pollution? I'm not even sure if I can say that on this channel. I'm sure the day will come when I cannot even question these things. When carbon dioxide, I want you to do an internet search. Type in carbon dioxide, the molecule of life. You're going to see, unless they've scrubbed it, so much information on how vital carbon is. We are made of carbon. You're the carbon that they want to reduce. You're the pollution that they want to reduce. Carbon is required for things to thrive. Carbon dioxide is basically the oxygen for plants. That's what they take in. Anyone who is a greenhouse keeper can buy, or anybody actually, can buy canisters of CO2 and you pump it into the greenhouses to increase the yield. So how can it be pollution? Oh, I know, I figured it out. It's the same way that not breathing oxygen is good for you. Yeah, putting on the suffocation device that they want to bring back now. Yeah, apparently you better take your trips now because air travel is going to be suffocated again. Now, I've never complied with any of it and I don't plan on doing so. In fact, I think I'll do another video for you all about do not comply with everything that's going on and what they plan on sloshing all over us. I think I'll wait for tomorrow because I want to bring you one more video today. And I want that to be about what can we do about all of this, Peggy. You're bringing it up and you say that you're a person of solutions, yet all you're doing is exposing all the evildoers. What are we going to do with that? I'm going to tell you exactly what to do with that. Step number one is education. Gaining this knowledge, learning how to read between the lies so that you don't feel that the wool is being pulled over your eyes, so that you can stand strong and not feel gullible and naive and be carried off with it. Secondly, you'll be able to have intelligent conversations with people when these things come up. You can bring up some of these questions and say, have you ever thought how strange it is that where these fires are burning is exactly where they want to build these smart cities? And if they say, what's a smart city? Then you can engage in a conversation. So I think it's extremely empowering. And that's something you can do right now, is to start having conversations with people. You can also share the information so that more people can hear about it. And then I gave an example at the beginning of this broadcast about how our commenting on social media, commenting on the governor's Facebook pages. You can go to Inslee's right now and say, what do you mean there's a beast at the door? Are you talking about the 666? Leave these comments on their Facebook pages. They have staff that are reviewing these. I know that my videos are being watched. I guarantee you that they are, because many things that I brought up, they have then responded to. Just like with the governor in California, I brought up so many things about how a governor can't make a law. And finally, one day he croaked it out. He could barely say it. He said, oh, I can't make a law. I can only influence. And it's because so many of us have been sharing this. So those are things right off the bat. Stick with me. I'm going to do another video. I've got half a dozen things that you can do, and it's going to be called what can we do about it? All right, that will be the upcoming video. In the meantime, I hope that you are subscribed. I appreciate all of your comments. Big shout out to the moderators as well. I have a free Substack link for you in the description box below. You can get the articles and memes and my analysis on a lot of the breaking news and current events there. And what else have I got for you? So much. The Instagram and of course the Maui Fire playlist linked for you below. Thank you for your comments. It helps the algorithm. I want to maintain my presence on this channel, which is why I use my code words to outwit the nitwits. I want to reach as many people as possible so that we can expose the evildoers and point the way toward truth. All right. Thank you everybody for being on board. I'll leave you the links. And oh, the other thing I wanted to do before I sign off is, let's just do this real quick. I wanted to show you, let me do, okay, here we've got it. Spokane, I'll just share my screen. And I am using Giggle search on purpose because I want to see, oh, sorry, friends. I don't know what's going on with my share. I don't even think that worked. Am I still on with you? Okay. If you do an internet search for sustainability, sustainable development goals and Spokane, you will see that the city of Spokane has been on the front lines sorry, everything's freezing for me here. They have been on the front lines of Spokane City, their Sustainability Action Subcommittee, their Sustainability Action Plan. They have been doing this since 2009. This is called incrementalism. I'm going to talk about that in my next video and how we can use that tool that they use against us. We're going to turn it around and use it against them. All right, signing off, everybody. I'll see you. Give me about 5 minutes to queue up the next video. And I appreciate you sticking with me. I'll see you in just a few minutes.